Alright guys, I mean, I think we'll start off with, as far as goals, no, games that only have one goal in them go. Last night's Champions League game, PSG v Bayern Munich, was an absolute thriller. Neymar and Mbappe were on fire despite the fact that PSG didn't even score a single goal, which is incredible when you think about it. But yeah, today's video is all about, come the end of the season, where should Jesse Lingard go? Now, there are a few options, obviously. There's either go back to Man United and try and fight for a place in the starting 11 there, which is going to be a bit unlikely because I think Jesse Lingard is too good to be sat on the bench, to be honest. I would rather see him playing for a team that on average is going to finish 7th, 8th, 9th in the league, playing for one of them teams week in, week out, rather than just see him play a backup role to Bruno Fernandes, which I think if he stays at United, that's the role he will play. Because even then, you've got Paul Pogba who plays a similar position, so he isn't going to get many starts for United. He might come off the bench a lot. And as well as that, you've also got Donny van de Beek, who might even come into it at some point. Who knows? So I think staying at Man United is not what he needs for his career, personally, unless Paul Pogba leaves in the summer, which I don't think is going to happen this summer. So another option is. I'm assuming West Ham will want him. Join West Ham permanently at the end of the season. Now, how much is he going to cost? United are probably going to hold out for probably 50 million, aren't they? Let's be honest. So that's quite a lot of money for someone who is 28 now. And I think that's a good move for all parties. West Ham are getting a player who we know is top quality in the Premier League. He's shown it this season. He's shown it in many other seasons. And Man United are getting more money than they expected for a player who isn't really needed at the club anymore. So I think that's a good move for all parties involved. And there is other options, like maybe Tottenham might be interested in him because Mourinho is a fan of Jesse Lingard. We all know that. He was one of the best players whilst Mourinho was at Man United. That's probably another option. I can't think of many other teams that would really go in for him, to be honest. But I think the best move for Lingard this summer would be to join West Ham on a permanent deal. However, though, should he join on a permanent deal? I'm not saying this is what Jesse Lingard is the type of person to do at all, but there is a bit of a risk for West Ham if they do that, because they're paying a very high price for a player who has shown that he can be a very good player, but you never know what you're getting if a player who has struggled the past couple of years, but that is reportedly a lot to do with his personal life. Like, he's had a tough couple of years, just personally, yeah. And he seems to be a lot happier now. But another thing is, you do get players who will just play for a new contract or play for a place in the in the England squad in the summer tournament coming up. I don't think Jesse Lingard is that type of person, really, but you do see it happen a lot. We've seen it with you could argue Mesut Ozil. He got his big contract and then just sort of down tools, really. You've seen it with Aubameyang. That's a bit harsh, actually. but he hasn't been as good since he signed that contract. So yeah, there are um, multiple examples of this. Gareth Bale's probably not really one, but you get the point. You do get these players. So I think, yeah, definitely his best move would be to go to West Ham permanently. And West Ham can sort of build the team around him really. Whereas Man United, they've got their main man in the attacking midfield area in Bruno Fernandes. We all know that, and Pogba and Rashford either side of him. Greenwood off the bench. They've got a fairly decent attack. If they can add, if they, in the summer, if they can sign one more versatile player, which Lingard is, but who would be okay with not playing every game, and also maybe a bit of an improvement on the defence, because United's defence still isn't top level in my opinion. I think with Harry Maguire, you need someone alongside him that is top quality. I don't think Lindelof is that. Left back Luke Shaw is good enough. We've seen that. And Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he wasn't worth 50 million, was he? I think maybe try and find a right back, not to replace Wan-Bissaka, but just like to give a second option if Wan-Bissaka is going through a bad run of form. And in goal, they've got Dean Henderson and David De Gea, which they've got two good goalkeepers, but in my opinion, they haven't got two world-class keepers. Like David De Gea in 2015 was the best goalkeeper in the world. He was world-class, but since the 2018 World Cup, it seems, he has dipped, his career has dipped a little bit. And Dean Henderson is still very young. I mean, he was playing for my local team, Shrewsbury, 3 years ago. And he made a lot of mistakes then, and he still makes a few mistakes now. So he isn't going to be world class for another couple of years, really. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on Jesse Lingard and what should happen with him in the summer. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.